Number 3. So this question is asking, how old was a person exactly 3 years ago if exactly m years ago the person was q years old? So anytime we see a question like this, it's really problematic because it has these weird variables in it and it just makes us harder to process it. But what we want to do is make our lives easy and pick a number, any number, to help us out. When you're picking a number, you always want to pick numbers that make your life easier, and you also want to avoid using 0, 1, or a number already used in the question, which in this case would be 3. Other than that, we can pick whatever number we want. So let's say we make M2 and Q10. So now this question reads that 2 years ago, the person was 10 years old. So if 2 years ago the person was 10, we want to ask ourselves, how old was that person now? So if 2 years ago the person was 10, right now the person is 12. And now the question wants us to know, how old was that person 3 years ago? So 3 years ago, that person is going to be 9. And that's going to be our answer. But if we look at the answer choices on this question, we don't see 9, because it's only 9 because of the variables that we picked to replace m and q. So if we look at the answer choices, A is q minus 3. So we said that q was 10. 10 minus 3 is 7. So A is out. B says q minus m minus 3. So 10 minus 2 minus 3. That's going to be 5. So now B is out because we're looking for 9. C says m minus q minus 3. So that we don't even have to look at because 2 minus 10 is giving us a negative, and we know that a person can't be negative years old. D is saying m plus q plus 3. So 2 plus 10 is 12, plus 3 is 15. That's too old. So then if we look at E, we have m plus q, so that's 12, minus 1 is going to be 11, and that's not it. And so our last answer choice, we have m plus q minus 3. So if you have 12 minus 3, that's going to give you 9. And that is our answer.